And our job is to make the lime. We have to boil the carbon out of the calcium carbonate. That comes as a result of, okay. All right. We have to heat this kiln to 1800 to 2300 degrees. It boils the carbonate out, which is carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, pentoxides, all of it.
Se calienta la caliza a más de 8000 grados y pues los productos que salen son la cal viva, la cal muerta. También los productos.
When it comes from the kiln, it turns from this to this into pebbles. Or we can go a step further and use it primarily as fines. This is one that we use to treat water, drink potable water, and sewage treatment. When this lime is slaked, meaning that it's dissolved in water, it then becomes a calcium hydrate. Calcium hydroxide. And the water is filtered from it. And then we have one that is called lime milk. And this is used for water treatment as well, but it's more to use as far as adjusting the pH of mine tailings, for instance.
The what?
Mine tailings. Mine, gold mine. Because there is a need for acid to take the gold from the ore. The rock is left. But before you put it back in nature, the pH has to be about 6.8 or 7. Okay, Carlito. This is a job that is in Denver Airport. And this is lime slurry. And it's made from calcium oxide and water.
Hidróxido de calcio. Esa es una lechada de cal. Esa con hidróxido de calcio.
And what you see here is steam. It's not dust. Very, very hot. This is put into the soil enough to bring the pH up to something over 12. When that is done, it starts to react with the clay minerals. And the clay minerals are known as pozzolans. Mixing lime slurry at 5% of calcium oxide and soils at optimum wet of 5%. Okay. Higher than
la mezcla está lechada al 5% con los suelos a una óptima. Esa es la
el
contenido mineral.
La humedad óptima más o menos 5%, más del 5%.
The optimum moisture is humidity, but it would probably, I think I remember this being about 14.9%. And then we add 5% to it. Because we want more moisture greater than the hydroscopic water, which is the water around each particle. And that way way we're sure to get the soil lumps penetrated by this material so as that we can get the hydration.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
What happens with the material?
When we have it wet like that,
Cuando ya lo tenemos húmedo así,
we drive the material into
añadimos el material
the soil
a
clumps.
la tierra porque forman
Each one of these little bubbles.
unos grumos.
Boom, all right? And we also need that
Y
moisture
también necesitamos esa humedad
to overcome
para
anything that has to do with alkali sulfate reaction.
Se necesita esa humedad para ¿cómo se traduce? Para manejar la reacción de
Alkali sulfate reaction, ASR.
con
Trinca.
los sulfatos, la reacción con los sulfatos.
We're trying to prevent
estamos
that
tratando de
trinca
prevenir
from ongoing.
el shrinker.
Para prevenir las contracciones o expansiones.
Keep it from expanding.
Para que no se siga expandiendo.
Okay? The gradation of the material that we're mixing,
Lo mejor del material que estamos mezclando
we have to have 90%
es que tenemos que tener 90%
minus 2.5 centimeters
2.5 centímetros
and
y
65%
65%
minus the number 4 seal.
el número 4.
So that's a part of what we have
Que esa es la parte de lo que tenemos
for the polarization
para la polarización
and the blending of the
y la
material.
mezcla de material.
Okay. Go ahead, Carly. This is something that I put in that
Eso es algo que yo
is important.
lo puse
But-
porque es muy importante,
It probably won't be important here
pero
in
posiblemente
Colombia
no va a ser muy importante en Colombia.
because this is sodium.
Este es sodio,
Sodium is basically a metal,
un metal,
yeah, and the matrix, as
y la
far as
mezcla
the stabilization
de
of
la
the soil,
estabilización del
is quite different.
suelo es un poco diferente.
Calcium
Calcio
has a different matrix,
tiene una mezcla diferente.
and basically it
Básicamente
is a soil.
es
Calcium is. I don't think it's
una mezcla
considered
de
a metal,
suelo
is
y
it, on my
sal,
book?
pero acá no se utiliza.
Calcium's not a metal.
No.
Sodium is though.
Calcio no es un metal. Ya, ahí estaba hablando de la matriz del suelo. La matriz de abajo, como se ve el suelo, es cuando tiene calcio. Y en la parte de arriba es cuando tiene sodio. Entonces la matriz es diferente.
And the main thing that we're concerned with,
Que nos preocupa
as far as stabilizing the soil,
acerca de la estabilización de suelos, estabilización de suelos,
as I mentioned in the opening statements, my opening statement, as I mentioned in my opening statement,
es lo que mencioné al principio de mi charla.
is the flexibility of the
La
soil,
flexibilidad del suelo
non-cracking,
sin que haya una quebradura
and durability.
y la durabilidad.
And that can be defined as
Se
stiffness
puede definir como stiffness,
or resilient modulus.
dureza a la matriz de la fibra.
Clay soils.
Suelos arcillosos.
Clay soils have basically minerals
Los
in
suelos
them.
arcillosos solamente tienen minerales.
The minerals that we're interested in
Estamos interesados en
for soil
para la
stabilization
estabilización de suelos.
are the ones that have an affinity for
Tienen una
water,
afinidad con el agua.
and they would be
Y ellos serían
aluminum,
aluminio,
iron,
hierro,
silica,
sílica
and aluminum.
y mencioné.
Yeah, I did, okay, 3 then. And what we have
Lo que
basically
tenemos
is a
básicamente
negative charge in the clay,
una carga negativa en la superficie
and when we mix
y
the
cuando la mezclamos
calcium into
el
the
calcio
soil,
adentro del suelo
it also
también
is a negative charge,
es una carga negativa,
but water is bipolar,
pero el agua es bipolar.
okay? So what we then have
Entonces lo que tenemos es
is the reaction
la reacción
of the calcium
del calcio
with the silicates,
con la sílica,
the
los
aluminates,
gases y los aluminatos.
and any of the smectite mineral
Y cualquiera de los minerales
that would be problematic in the mix.
que
And
serían
we determined this
nosotros determinamos esto
in the
en
lab
el laboratorio
by our geotechnical engineer.
por medio de los ingenieros.
And if we suspect something, then we'll pay attention to that and define it,
Y lo definimos.
because it's important to know
Porque es muy importante saber
that when we do our
que
job,
cuando realizamos nuestro
that it's
trabajo
uniform
es uniforme
and consistent,
y consistente.
okay? All right, these are positives. This is a silica tetrahedral, and this is an aluminum octahedral. And the problem that we have with this in raw